I come to you today, Friday, May 22nd, 2020, and I find myself at what I refer to and visualize as a point in my journey called the crossroads. And I feel that we come upon crossroads in our life and in our journey at points where we have a life lesson that we must learn and understand. And I really have learned along the way that it's really important that we take time just to pause and really spend time in reflection and understanding exactly what lies ahead, what lesson that we have that life is trying to teach us that we need to understand and grow from. And this one seems to be one of the more powerful life lessons I feel, and it's something that I know really determines the direction in which my life will go, and it determines my reality. And it all comes down to the powerhouse word of the day, and that is choice, and our free will to make that choice and really understand how powerful it is to determine what choices we make in our life and how that affects our reality. And it's interesting how this all ties together and things that I've been sharing and reading and understanding. And I've come to realize that there's three different things that really help us in determining what choices we make in our life. And one of which is our instincts. Another is our intuition. And then we also sometimes make choices out of our own insecurities. And how to know when to trust your instincts. I am learning the way we can do that is by discerning the difference between the intuition and insecurity. And it really comes down to trusting our feelings. Intuition, on the other hand, it leads us to take important, loving action on our own behalf. And this really ties into just a whole life lesson for me, and that is learning to love myself and learning to take care of myself. And I've heard it said many, many times that until we truly learn to love ourselves, we can't truly love someone in love's most beautiful form. And I've been reading a book that I've shared with you guys before called The Voice of Knowledge, and it's by Don Miguel Ruiz. And I am just like so thankful for the person that has come into my life and given me this book. And it's been such a game changer in my perspective and understanding, and really understanding the lies that we allow ourselves to believe in regards to ourself and our own self-love, our inner voice that seems to be our own worst enemy at times. And it's interesting because I have spent more time in my later parts of my journey really just observing and understanding that every relationship we have is a mirror in its own beautiful way, and it's meant to reflect truths and areas in which we can grow. And I have learned so much in such a short period of time, and I'm so thankful for the people in my life that I have that are spirit guides and have just really helped me understand things that I maybe wouldn't had I not been at this point in my journey and made the choices that I've made thus far. And so I want to share with you guys something that I read actually this last weekend when I had a beautiful time on a road trip, a much needed road trip, of where I had found myself feeling really overwhelmed and just needing to get away and have some alone time. And it was during that time that I had the opportunity to actually have time to take and just spend alone and read. And it's probably my most favorite part of this book thus far, and it's super powerful in regards to where I'm at in my life right now. and it ties into choice and free will. Just imagine, if you really have free will, which is the power to make your own choices? Do you really choose to sabotage your own happiness or your own love? Do you choose to judge yourself, to blame yourself, to live your life in shame and in guilt? Do you choose to believe that you are bad, that you are not beautiful, that you don't deserve to be happy or healthy or prosperous because you are not worth it? Do you choose to constantly fight with the people you love the most? If you have free will, you choose the opposite. I think it is obvious that our will is not free. When you put your faith in truth instead of in lies, your choices change. When your will is free, your choices come from your integrity, not from the program that liar in your head. Now you believe whatever you want to believe, and when you have the power to believe whatever you want, something very interesting happens. What you want is to love. You don't want anything else but love, because you know that what is not love is not the truth. When your will is free, you choose happiness and love, peace and harmony. You choose to play. You choose to enjoy life. You no longer choose drama. If in the present moment you are choosing drama, it's because you have no choice. It's a habit. It's because you were programmed to be that way, and you don't even know that you have the power to make a different choice. Something else in your head is making the choice, and it's the voice of the liar. Just like the man in the movie A Beautiful Mind, which I'm actually very intrigued by, I want to watch, whose visions made the choices for him. Your voice is making the choices for you. Why would we consciously decide to have a fight with our parents or our children or our beloved? It's not that we want to fight. You know, when we are children and we gather with our children, with other children, it's because we want to play. We want to have fun and enjoy life. When we grow up and decide to get into a relationship, mainly a romantic relationship, is it because we want to create emotional pain and drama? No. Common sense tells us that we want to play together. We want to have fun exploring life together. But the Prince of Lies, who controls the voice of knowledge, represses our common sense. Common sense is wisdom, and wisdom is different from knowledge. You are wise when you no longer act against yourself. You are wise when you live in harmony with yourself, with your own kind, with all of creation. Right now you have a choice, what you are going to do with this information. What happens if you don't believe in lies? Take a moment to put your attention on your feelings, to feel all of the possibilities for your life and your faith, if your faith is no longer blind. If you recover your faith from lies, your suffering is over. Your judgments are over. You no longer live with guilt, with shame, with anger, with jealousy. You no longer have the need to be good enough for anybody, including yourself. You accept what you are, whatever you are, even if you don't know what you are, and you don't care to know anymore. It's not important to know, and that is wisdom. Just imagine that because you don't believe in lies, your whole life changes. You live your life without trying to control everybody around you, and your integrity doesn't allow anybody to control you. You no longer judge other people or need to complain about whatever they do because you know you can't control what people do. Just imagine that you choose to forgive whoever hurt you in your life because you no longer want to carry all of that emotional poison in your heart. And just by forgiving everybody, even yourself, you heal your mind, you heal your heart, and you no longer have emotional pain. Just imagine that you recover the power to make your own choices because you no longer believe the storyteller. You enjoy your life with plenitude, with inner peace, with love. Imagine how you treat your partner, how you treat your children, what you teach the new generation. If you no longer believe in lies, just imagine the change in the whole of humanity out of something so simple, not believing in lies. This really just touched my heart and really made me see things through a different perspective. And it took reading it a couple times and really just feeling it in my heart and understanding that this point in my journey, I know that I need to trust my intuition and I need to take time to really start practicing the things that I'm learning instead of preaching them all the time. And so this, instead of, me putting all this energy into putting on my makeup and trying to look picture perfect or video ready and worrying about the background and worrying about how many likes I'm going to get or what people are going to think, I chose to just share with you what I love and some of what I love. And that is, really what life comes down to. We really are in control of our own choices. We have free will, and we have the choice to choose to be happy. We have the choice to love ourselves, and we have the choice to really learn to not care about what everyone thinks. It's a beautiful thing when you can care about people but not really care about what they think. And when you don't focus your life around how many likes you get or how many people care, it really does come down to loving yourself and focusing your energy on loving the people that are closest to you. And love comes in so many different shapes and forms, and I don't even know how to put that into words, but I'm learning, love really should be a thing that you can give to someone where you love them in a way that they feel free to be who they are and be authentic. And I know that I feel at this point in my journey, I need to, as one of the people in my life would put it that I love so much, don't talk about it, be about it. And it really does come down to that for me right now at this point in my journey. I need to spend all of my energy on practicing to live authentic and to practice all of what I've learned thus far and to instill a new reality and environment for my children and to love them and to love myself and to love the people who have been put in my life to teach me and guide me and love me. And so instead of putting so much energy and attention and trying to share everything that I'm learning, I'm going to take this time at this point in my journey to make the choice to really be about it and stop talking about it. And so I hope that this has resonated with you. This is about where in my videos in the past I would be like, if you like my YouTube channel, like it and share it, but I don't want that anymore. I hope that this touches at least one person and helps them go within and do some reflection and helps them maybe to make that choice. But in reality, I feel like I'm more doing this video for myself and just really putting it out there and speaking it into existence, that my attention and my focus from this point forward is going to be on loving myself and loving my children and creating the peace and loving environment that we deserve. And I feel like with the coronavirus and everything that's going on and how much our world is changing, we really need to take this time to focus on being happy, genuinely happy. And we have the choice of that. And we have the power and the free will to choose what direction we go in life and what we choose to put our attention and focus on. And I feel very strongly that it is during these times that we're in control of our own reality. And even though we may feel like that our choices are being taken away from us, we need to realize that the most important choices could never be taken away from us. And so, namaste.